Hello, and welcome to another episode series. Today, we're focusing on public sector budgeting, a space that's traditionally complex, manual, and let's be honest, ripe for transformation. Joining me is Avi Reina, practice lead at Denovo and the visionary behind GovPulse. GovPulse is Denovo's public sector budgeting solution built on Oracle EPM Cloud. Avi, welcome back.
Thanks, Kai, and very excited to be here and especially to talk about something that I'm really passionate about. So I have been doing planning and budgeting for public sector entities across the country for the last 15 plus years. So very excited to talk about it. Absolutely.
Amazing. Let's dive right in then. So, why is public sector budgeting becoming more challenging in today's environment?
So great starting point. So public sector agencies today are under immense pressure to do more with less, stay transparent, and be accountable to both the public, as we know, and also to the auditors. But unfortunately, still many of them are still relying on age-old, technologies and a lot of spreadsheets for sure, and maybe some kind of homegrown system. So they don't have a modern system in place. So that kind of setup in a public sector entity doesn't cut in when there are a lot of policy changes happening very quickly, when agencies are asked to produce accurate budget within days rather than weeks. And that's exactly where the modern automated tools come in handy, and Oracle EPM. But along with that, GOVPULSE really fills into that gap, especially when it comes to the public sector budgeting.
Got it. So, can you explain to us what GovPulse is exactly and how does it build on Oracle EPM?
Certainly. So GOVPULSE is Denovo's accelerator solution built specifically for public sector, as I mentioned. And it is built on top of Oracle EPM, what we also call Enterprise Performance Management Cloud Platform. So it's just not a tool. It is a pre-configured model built with the best practices within a solution, within a framework. For example, different streams operating as we know, also called line item budgeting. You can not only enter the budget at the account level, but also go to sub-item level or assumptions level as well. Decision package, another term which is very common in public sector, entering and budget against decision package or new budget request to track additional budget request. Workforce or position budgeting, I can talk days together. Within the public sector world, we know it's critical because the major 60-70%, sometimes beyond cost, comes from the resources, comes from the salaries. So tracking different salaries, benefit, additional earnings, tools allowances, uniform allowances, union code, bargaining units, because these drive a lot of contracts, drive different benefits and earnings. Many times tracking positions that are allocated by different funds, different multiple funds and multiple departments, it becomes a challenging to really track this. And GOVPULSE really provides an absolutely phenomenal framework to manage that. CIP budgeting or project budgeting or capital improvement planning is another huge area where public sector does spend a lot of time running and managing a lot of long-term multi-year projects. And they do want to track their funding sources, what is the funds remaining, what is the operating expenses, all that is available within the GOVPULSE to really manage and do that. So instead of really building everything from the scratch, although as I mentioned, Oracle EPM does provide a lot of framework to do that. But when it comes to public sector, there are some gaps. So GOVPULSE fills in that. It really helps agents to get very fast, ready to use model, which is tailored to their needs, and it's very flexible enough really to grow with them as they move forward with. So that's pretty much at a very high level about GOVPULSE.
Amazing. So earlier you mentioned automation. How does GovPulse help automate budget processing?
So it does not only automate the data flow, right? So there's many elements that typically the client would or customers would like to have. The workflows, the approval process, different stages of the budget as it moves to different, throughout the budget cycle. So they typically eat up a lot of time when it comes to the budget department. But also the data element is very important. Yeah, integration of data or getting the data from, say, your ERP system, getting actual balances, getting your budget adjustments, your encumbrances, in fact, position data from HR system, your project CIB that I was talking about, getting from project module, that are challenging tasks that they typically spend a lot of energy and efforts on this. All that can be seamlessly kind of integrated using the framework of EPM and GOVPULSE. So you can really reduce your errors. You can reduce your, cut down the time and make a better decision rather than spending your time on all these integrations. You can use that time and better decision making. But also, I best mention tracking KPIs. Many times, public sector entities do want to track KPIs or outcome-based budgeting. GOVPULSE really provides a framework where you can align your financial plan to your strategic goals, everything in one single place, one single repository. So it does provide a lot of automation in place. Yeah.
Amazing. It sounds like an extremely powerful tool. So,
Absolutely.
what kind of impact have you seen when agencies implement GovPulse?
So honestly, the difference is day and night. Some clients reduce their budget cycle time by 40%. I've done, I don't know, 40 plus implementations. I've seen every implementation, there are tons of improvements. Some other, they eliminate, completely, as I said, spreadsheets, because that's the first thing I would recommend, and that's what they actually benefit, rather than having tons of spreadsheets where they are lost in. Everything is one single central repository. But the real value is strategic. As the leadership can finally run different what-if scenarios, do mid-year adjustments, forecasting, demonstrate transparency to the public and governing body with confidence. I think that's a huge plus that they will get, when moving on to an application like Oracle EPM, as well as with GOPAL's framework. So you're really moving your budgeting from a very reactive approach to a very proactive approach. I think that's a big plus.
Yeah, that's a major leap
Yeah.
for businesses. So, what's the urgency? Why should agencies consider GovPulse now rather than later?
Good question. So we all know that we are in a time where there are economic uncertainties. There's a rising cost, we all know, and different priority shift is happening. So public sector leaders, they cannot afford to really stuck in old manual process, old systems, and lost in spreadsheets. So GovPulse, along with Oracle EPM, will let them modernize quickly without all those lengthy implementations of many months, or having those custom build, uh, you know, kind of spending time and energy on that. So it is fast, it's scalable, it is specifically built for government agencies and for their environment. So Oracle EPM will definitely benefit, and also a lot of Oracle updates, security updates, enterprise grade performances, everything that Oracle as a Oracle EPM as a technology which will be doing. So it'll get benefit of that. So you're getting latest and the greatest, the most modern application. Um, I would say that definitely move on to this as quickly as you can. It is beneficial for primarily a plus win situation for you.
Got
Yeah,
it. Yeah, it sounds like in a time of so much change, a tool like this is honestly essential for businesses to even keep
absolutely.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how can someone learn more or maybe see GovPulse in action?
So we are hosting a webinar soon. I think the title is Smarter Budgeting, Automating Public Sector Finance with Oracle EPM and GoPulse. So it will include the best practices, a little bit deeper dive, an overview of the solution. So I recommend our listeners to join that, or you can just visit denovoventures.com and happy to schedule. I can walk through, or somebody from my team can, to talk about it quite in length. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Avi, thank you so much for taking the time today to break this down for us. It sounds like GovPulse isn't just a solution, but it's a smarter way forward for public sector.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Thank you for having me. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Of course. And thank you to everyone tuning in. If you're a government leader or public finance professional looking to modernize your budgeting process, go check out GovPulse. And if you'd like to get in touch with Abhi, feel free to scan the QR code in the following slide and fill out the form. Until next time, stay informed and stay innovative.